Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished chair, distinguished co-panelists, Dr. Garg. First of all, thank you very much for this opportunity, for inviting me here. Of course, I've had the privilege of, when I was in Belgium, to come to one of the earlier summits. What I need to say is that Dr. Garg has this fantastic ability to bring together different themes which are most relevant in a very coherent manner, but more importantly also mobilize and bring together a set of experts who can dwell on each of these topics. So congratulations once again. I have been asked to focus specifically on circularity. Of course, there is a bit of a transition from the last time that I was here. I was the CEO of a Flemish organization. Now I represent an educational institute which is emerging and which is focused on the very aspects of sustainability and sustainable dimensions. The institute is called New Age Makers Technology Institute. It is currently located in IIT Gandhinagar, but we are going to have a campus in Ahmedabad. I come to the institute later, but first more on the topic. As the chair pointed out, circularity is something which is, of course, could be a buzzword, could be also something which is tending to become a bit of a jargon as well, but it is inherently and in a most critical manner required entity which is going to shape our future and shape our planet, or to put it correctly, save our planet. There are certain things that I want to cover. I want to focus on a slide on the transition, why all of a sudden circularity or this word, why it has emerged. In the Indian ethos and culture, circularity has been an integral part of it. I think Chair gave a very good example about this Kerala practices. We've had a tradition and values which go way down in terms of resource conservation, frugality, and wisdom on those aspects, whether it was related to resources at large or water or other elements. So I want to talk a bit on that why all of a sudden this focus again and this focus on this word. Then what is the need of how now we are defining circular economy? And then the element that Chair talked about, that what are the accelerators to it, that side, what kind of technologies and what are the critical things. So if we look at the entire circularity and circular economy debate, we can split it into three critical areas. The first is, of course, traditionally, more recently, we've had a linear model. We've had a linear model of consumption, of manufacturing and of growth, which is GDP and several other factors driven. Now, we deviate from it and we start talking more about circular economy, and then we look at transition towards circular economy, that what are the critical elements related to that. We also would like to look at how resources are going to be played around, what is the distribution, manufacturing, etc. of resources, what is the primary element here again is to talk some numbers. The consumption of resources has gone up twice or thrice. It's going to increase again several times. And if we continue on this bandwidth and this platform, then it's going to be a problem for us. If you look at, then there is now the focus on looking at circular economy more from a distribution, innovation, and manufacturing use point of view. Also look at these interventions more from an economic, societal, and technology intervention point of view. That there is the economic dimension which is determining us, but more importantly, there is also a technology dimension to this. And the technology dimension is the one that I want to sort of focus on a bit more. If you look at different elements, then there is this part that we need to understand, that if you talk of circularity, then you also need to relate it to nature. And all technology advancements also have a rooting in nature. The one on the left-hand side, you see whether it is the bullet train, the shape of the bullet train, or what we now see in terms of these blades for our wind turbines that are there. This is taken from the beaks of the bird, the shape, etc. So nature has enormous amount of wisdom to offer, and that wisdom has been incorporated in some of the material design. So the point that I want to make here is that nature and advancement are intricately connected. While we focus on the bullet train, we forget that from where that idea and that dynamics and that principle has come. And it is important. So now they're looking at alternatives to petroleum and polymers, and looking at more nature-based solutions coming out of it. We are developing cities, China and other places, they're developing a lot of cities which are more on a sponge city concept, where you build basically with the what you call as drainage systems. So you don't destroy the drainage system, you don't destroy the biodiversity, but you can build modern technology and modern processes aligning with it. Of course, there are a large number of towns which are now being built on this principle. Again, when you talk of modern technology and innovation, it needs to bring back some of the wisdom of yesterday to marry with the technology of tomorrow. And the technology of tomorrow, as we all know, is digital. It's AI. And AI and digital can play an important role in this entire circular economy transition. Just to bring a few factors to your attention, a lot of sensors are now being put in place for air quality management. They're being put in place for waste management. Sensors are being put in place for waste segregation. So there's AI coming in waste segregation. The institute that I was formerly associated with had patented technologies where you could bring out precious metals from some of the waste material. So it is this kind of interplay of traditional with modern, with future, that has to happen and which should determine circular economy and circularity. So this is, please feel free to stop me in terms of the time. It's a passionate subject, one can talk at length on it. I don't want to go into the theory part of it, but again, more importantly now, if you look at AI is being used to shape alloys. It is being used to look at different kind of material compositions that are possible. How, from the point of view of precision engineering, you can actually determine that what is the amount of tensile strength that you require, what is the amount of flexibility that you require, what is the amount of temperature resistance that you require, humidity resistance that you require, and you can use AI and you can use data and you can use a lot of miniaturization concepts to develop material. But more importantly, develop the material also of the kind which sort of replaces the use of or indiscriminate exploitation of finite resources. And it is this kind of thinking that we need to bring on board. And this kind of thinking needs to be brought on board on 3 elements. And I come here to what we are doing. So NAMTECH is a technology institute with a difference. What we are trying to do is to bring the most advanced research, innovation in the spaces of, say, for instance, on sustainability itself. We are focused on circular economy. We are focused on sustainable energy, sustainable infrastructure, and looking at materials. So these are the 4 areas. And in all these 4 areas, we look at 3 things. One, what is the latest innovation and advancement in technology and integrate it into the curriculum and integrate it into pedagogy. The second element we do is that we make the whole thing experiential, so that whatever you are learning as you would do in an industrial ecosystem. And the 4th thing is you innovate and you create. So what it requires, while we talk about circular economy more from an application and use perspective, I think 3 important things are: A, we need to change the way we have looked at the curriculum if we are serious about it. And the curriculum needs to be changed not only at the engineering institution level, it needs to be changed bottom up. So from the school to college to how we sort of train and bring out our engineers and our professionals and our manager, that needs to be changed. And that needs to be changed from the point of view of how the processes and systems are integrated into the policy and the planning framework, which is the government. And finally, it is important that while we talk about all this, we do some walk the talk on each of these areas. So in the interest of time, I would like to stop there. Once again, Dr. Garg, thank you very much for this opportunity, and greatly appreciate it. Thank you.